Hello friends, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, I am so glad that you're here. Today we are doing the anything but books tag. So this is a very exciting video for me because I actually have had a couple of you reach out and say that you would love for me to do a video where you guys can get to know me a little bit better on a personal level, which is so sweet. I just love the friendships that I am forming on here. So thank you all so much who have reached out and said that. You all mean so much to me. So this I thought was a fun way to do that. And I was tagged in this tag. Is that how you would say it? I swear I'm a millennial. Like, I swear I'm not that old. But I was tagged by my good friend Kendall over on Bookforia. I will be sure to link her video down below so that you can go and get to know her too, because she is the sweetest soul. I love her so much, and she puts out amazing content. So I will be sure to link her video down below so you can go follow her as well. But without further ado, let's get into the tag. So if you don't know what this tag is about, it's a list of questions and you answer them, but your answer cannot be books, which is very difficult, obviously, for a book lover because books are pretty much my life. The first question is, what is something you own way too many of other than books? And I didn't even realize when I put on this shirt that I was going to be proving my point. But what I would say I own way too many of that is not books would have to be pop culture related graphic tees. So let's just have a moment for this piece of art that I am wearing. This is indeed the cast of Boy Meets World, which is one of my favorite shows of all time. I adore this shirt. Every time I wear it, it makes my heart so happy, but I definitely own way too many pop culture referencing graphic tees. I have a ton of book referencing graphic tees. I have a ton of band tees. I have a lot of show referencing tees. Gilmore Girls, Boy Meets World, Chronicles of Narnia. It actually kind of references both the books and the movies. I just have so many graphic tees and I will never apologize for it because they make my heart so happy. But if you ever see me, I'm probably going to be in a graphic tee. The next question is, what's something fun that you do other than read? And there's actually a couple of things. So I am a huge puzzler. I love doing puzzles. In fact, I have this amazing big puzzle board that you can stand up. It has legs on it and you can put it out, and it's really big and it has drawers on the side for my pieces. And so I am a big puzzle fan, and so I do those a lot in the evenings when I'm watching TV, or I will do a puzzle while I'm listening to an audiobook. So kind of the best of both worlds. But I would also say my husband and I go to a lot of concerts. Probably not a lot in comparison to some people who go weekly to concerts, but we do go to a lot of concerts. We are huge music fans. I think I've mentioned that before on my channel, but my husband is a drummer, and so he loves live music because he loves being able to see the drummer. And I just love live music because I think music is one of the best gifts that we've been given on this earth. And the way that it brings people together also gives me the same kind of joy that books do in the way that they bring people together. So I would say I go to a lot of live music and I do a lot of puzzles. The next question is, what's something that's special or important that's on your nightstand that is not a book? And I am actually gonna go get it, so hold please. Okay, so while I was in there grabbing what I was going to talk about, I actually ended up grabbing something that I don't really know if it counts because it is technically a book, but I grabbed my journal because while this is a notebook, it isn't a typical book, so I think it counts, but I am a huge journaler. I love journaling. I love getting my thoughts down on paper. I also think it is extremely beneficial for mental health. And so this is my journal, and I try to write in it daily and get my thoughts down. I also write poetry in here and all kinds of other things, but I am like a notebook queen. Honestly, notebooks probably could have been the answer for number one. So this is very important in my life, is this journal. And then the thing I was originally going to talk about is actually this painting. It's just this little square canvas. I don't know how well you guys can see that with the glare, but it's so beautiful. And this actually was done for me by a really good friend of mine. Her name is Kaitlin, and she is so talented. We actually have another original, like really big piece of art that she did for me. And this just means so much to me because it was actually one of the first gifts that I ever got from a friend that they created, like with their own two hands. It just meant so much to me that she took the time to create this piece with me in mind. Just the sweetest thing ever, and I love it. So thank you so much, Kaitlin. This particular art piece means so much to me. I love waking up to it every morning and seeing it and being reminded how special friendship is. The next question is, what's something you buy at the bookstore that is not books? And I guess honestly, the most common answer is probably coffee, because I go to Barnes & Noble most of the time, but even our like local indie bookshop, they have a coffee shop in there, and I always buy a coffee or a matcha latte. So that actually probably is the most accurate answer as far as what I buy the most of, but I also buy a lot of cards, like stationery. I love having all kinds of different cards on hand because I absolutely love sending cards to people and writing cards for people. It's one of my favorite things to do, and I like having cards for all kinds of different occasions. And I actually will show you the last cards that I got because they are extra special to me. So the cards I got actually just the other day at Barnes & Noble are these Emily Dickinson quoted cards, and they're blank on the inside, but on the outside they have Emily Dickinson like quotes from her poetry, and I love Emily Dickinson. I would say she's probably my favorite poet. She's the one that I've read the most of, and I just absolutely adore her stuff. But these were such an exciting find for me. I'm excited to send some of these on and hopefully brighten somebody else's day with them. This is such a side tangent, but I think I love cards so much because there's something that's really beautiful, I feel like, about the written word, and like you're actually writing it out by hand. There's just something so intentional about that act that, as much as a good text message means to my heart, there is something that's even more special about getting a card in the mail just to let somebody know you're thinking about them, or that you're sorry that they're, having a rough time, or whatever the case may be. So let that be known. If I ever ask you for your mailing address, that's probably what I'm doing. But yes, so I have all kinds of stationery that I've bought from the bookstore. They have such a good selection at Barnes & Noble, and so I am forever picking up different kinds. The next question is, what is a fun gift that you have received that wasn't a book or a gift card to go buy books? And this one was kind of hard because I feel like most people in my life do get me books or bookish things. And quite frankly, I think every gift I get is fun. Like, I love everything that anybody spends their time or their money in gifting to me. So this one was kind of hard for me, but I decided to go with my Switch. So my husband got this for me. I've been talking about wanting one. I have such a hard time spending money on myself. I just don't do it very often, with the exception of books, obviously, but I just don't make big purchases like this. And he was so sweet that I had been talking about wanting one, and so he got one for me. He got it in my favorite color, which is yellow, and I love it so much. Sorry if the lighting keeps changing. I don't really know what's going on outside, so I'm sorry about that. But anyways, I play a lot of Animal Crossing. I play some Super Mario Brothers. I play a lot of like mystery puzzle games, and I also play quite a bit of Stardew Valley. So definitely just a cozy gamer, but I love this so much, and I am so grateful for it because it is definitely a gift that I probably never would have bought for myself. The other answer to that question could probably be vinyls as well. I love my vinyl collection. You guys let me know if you would ever want to see a video just talking about my vinyls, because I can do it. I love collecting vinyls, so every vinyl that I get as a gift is such a fun gift to me, so that could also be an answer. The last question is, what is a YouTube channel that you watch that is not bookish related? And I actually have a few. So I watch a lot of Allison Bickerstaff's channel. She is so stinking sweet, and her content is so cozy. I love it so much. She does a lot of daily vlogs, and I just love her. She actually recently has kind of come into a reading era, and so even she includes a little bit of bookish content every now and then about her book club that she's a part of. But for the most part, her channel is just like lifestyle vlogs. Love her. I also watch a lot of Nikki Phillippi. She has been around for a hot minute. I feel like I've been watching her for years, and I love her content so much. And then the other one that I watch the most of is probably Farmhouse on Boone is the name of the channel. She is a mother, I think of like 6 or 7, and they live a very traditional lifestyle. They have a homestead, and she makes everything like from scratch, and I just adore her content, and I have gotten tons of good recipes from her. While I do not do nearly what she does, I do really enjoy trying to cook from scratch when I do cook. I just love her content. Her content is also very cozy and comforting to me. So I would say those are the 3 that I probably watch the most of that aren't bookish, but most of what I watch is bookish. So that is it for this tag. I feel like I talked for a really long time, but I can talk for a really long time about things that I love. So I am so thankful though that you guys are here and that you watched this, and that hopefully you got to know me a little bit better. Be sure to leave some of your own answers to these questions down in the comments below so that I can get to know you as well. I will be sure to tag a few friends below after I do a little research to figure out who hasn't done this tag yet. So be sure to check out who I tagged down below and go watch their videos coming up soon. But I guess that's it for this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye!